Have you ever wondered why a giant, fluffy Snorlax would climb all the way to the top of a magic beanstalk just to take a nap? High above the misty, quiet forest of Viridian, where the air always smells like sweet pecha berries and soft night breezes, a giant green beanstalk stretched right up into the starry sky. Right at the very top, sitting comfortably on the highest leaf, was Snorlax fast asleep. His giant round belly was gently blocking the glowing moonlight, casting a cozy shadow over the trees below. Little Pikachu and his fluffy friend Eevee stood at the bottom, gazing up in wonder. They needed to find out why Snorlax was up there before the magical moonlight faded completely. But as they took their first steps up the thick green vines, a soft, puzzling sound echoed from above that made them both freeze in their tracks, as Pikachu and Eevee climbed higher up the beanstalk. The soft leafy vine swayed gently like a floating cradle. The night air grew cooler and sweeter, filled with the gentle scent of evening blossoms. Right above them, a loud, bubbly snore echoed through the leaves, sending down a shower of tiny, glittering dewdrops that tickled Eevee's nose. Trying her absolute best to stay quiet, Eevee wiggled her big, bushy tail, squeezed her eyes shut, and tried to hold back a big sneeze. But with a soft little chirp, she sneezed anyway, lost her balance on a broad leaf, and went sliding down 3 giant vines like a playground slide. She landed with a soft, squishy plop right into a pile of warm, velvety moss. Pikachu giggled quietly and reached out a paw to pull her up. But as they looked back up toward the sky, they noticed a thick, tangled branch completely blocking their path. How were 2 little Pokémon ever going to get past such a giant obstacle without waking the sleeping giant above? Pikachu stepped forward and patted the tangled branch with his tiny paws. Instead of using a noisy attack, he let out a very small, warm electrical tingle from his bright red cheek pouches. The gentle warmth relaxed the tight vine, making it uncurl happily and swing open like a soft, mossy gate. Pikachu and Eevee tiptoed through, feeling the warm night breeze brush against their fur as they neared the cloud tops. Just ahead, the moonlight caught the edge of a mysterious golden shape tucked right beneath Snorlax's arm. But before they could take a closer look, Snorlax let out another deep, heavy breath and began to roll over on the narrow green leaf. Threatening to send all 3 of them tumbling into the clouds, Pikachu quickly held out his paws to steady their balance on the soft, swaying leaves while Eevee softly began to hum a sweet, quiet lullaby. Hearing the comforting melody, Snorlax let out a warm, contented sigh, settled back down into the plush greenery, and gently rolled onto his side without waking up. As he shifted, the silver moonlight finally burst through the clouds, illuminating the mysterious item Snorlax had been guarding all along. Right at the very tip of the beanstalk grew a giant, glowing orange berry, sparkling like a tiny star in the night sky. Snorlax hadn't climbed all the way up here to be stubborn or block the moon. He had climbed to the highest point in the forest, to pick the sweetest, most magical berry to share with his small friends, only to fall fast asleep from exhaustion the moment he reached it. Realizing how kind their big friend was, Pikachu and Eevee smiled warmly and climbed right up onto Snorlax's big, cozy belly. The surface of his soft fur felt like a warm, thick blanket in the cool night air. Below them, the whole forest shimmered in the silver moonlight, and the rhythmic huff-puff of Snorlax's gentle breathing rocked Pikachu and Eevee right into a peaceful drowse. Close your eyes, little trainer, as the soft breeze whispers through the leaves, and the bright stars twinkle above. Let your breath slow down, in and out, just like Snorlax sleeping peacefully under the moon. Good night, Pikachu, good night, Eevee, and good night to you. If you loved this cozy adventure, don't forget to like and subscribe for more magical bedtime stories every single night. Sweet dreams.